Okay guys, so this is a new coffee machine for level 4. It's pretty easy to use. What you want to do is, don't worry about this one here, the double shot button. That'll give you over extracted coffee. What you should do is just use the single button here, which is the single shot cup. And once you've got that done, you'll be right. So to start off with coffee, it's pretty straightforward. What you do, get your cup, put it under the spout. You can adjust that to the height of your cup. So, however tall your cup is, you should be able to fit it under. And then the most important thing is to look at the settings. So in this, you've got the left-hand dial here controls the amount of water that goes through the coffee, similar to the old one. And the one on the right controls the amount of coffee that goes in. Naturally, we want nice, strong coffee here, so we turn it to maximum. So to make a coffee, it's as simple as pressing the button once. And if you follow the configuration in the video here, you'll see in my keep cup there's graduations. The first graduation shows you, after the noise stops, shows you the 30 ml setting. So as the coffee is dispensed, if this shot is 30 mils, it'll come up to that first line. So it should do a perfect job. Okay, so that is a 30 ml shot. So if you want more coffee, just repeat the process. Press the button again and you should be fine. So that should give you a pretty nice cup of coffee. Okay, so the next video I want to do is explaining how to fill the machine with beans and fill it with water. So for beans, what you do is you lift up this flap here at the top and you just dump your beans into there. You don't have to worry about the grind setting, that's already been preset for your convenience. So it's grinding optimally now and the pucks that are coming out of it are really quite good. Now, if you ever need to have water, which will be indicated by this little one down here, the little jug, beans will be shown to you if you, I think it'll actually do one of those lights there, will actually show you that you need beans. But if you never need water, the water is over here on the right hand side. So what you do is you move the steam wand over, you grasp the container there, and then you lift it out. It slides out. Now you'll see on the top, it's actually got a little removable gate, so you can take that off. And then always fill it up with filtered water. The filtered water has a lot of lime scale and stuff removed when you use it, which will make the coffee machine last longer and produce better coffee for you. So you fill it up from there. And the process to put it back in is the same. Put the lid on, grasp it from the side like that, guide it in gently. The machine will actually locate it properly for you. Slide it in gently, and then it'll click into place. Alright, so the next thing is, if you have a ground light here, this tells you that the grounds are actually, for the ground dreg drawer is full. So to fix that problem, you move the steam wand over to the right hand side, open up the gate, and that will expose the inner workings of the machine. To get to the dreg drawer, you slide out the tray, and then the dreg drawer just comes straight out like that. As you can see, it's not a really high capacity dreg drawer, so you will have to empty it a fair bit. But to relocate it, it's got a little slot that it goes into there. So you just seat it in there nicely, slide it across, make sure everything's lined up, and just push it in nice and gently, just so it lines up, and then click it in. You'll feel a slight click. Close the gate, and then you're ready for action again. Now this machine will go on standby after about 30 minutes, so if you see the eco light flashing, press that and the machine will start to boot up again and you're ready to make your coffee.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing.
My name is Alex Braden, and I'm teaching you how to make proper cappuccino. The most important part of making a cappuccino is being stylized. You want to do a lot of flips, portafilter. When you're pulling to get the grounds in, you want to flick your wrist like this. It looks cooler. A lot of people think you're supposed to bang this against the counter. Not true. Put it over here. Give it a little tap. Get the excess. Get it in there nice and good. And a nice warm cup. I'm going to do 2 very short shots. Get it nice and muddy. You want a chilled metal thing. Whole milk is always the way to go. I'm going to heat it to about 140. Make sure it's swirling and hissing like a drowning kitten. I'm cutting off the shots right now. Nice and short, nice and dark. Slam the bubbles out. You can do it rhythmically or arrhythmically. Or doesn't matter. Clean your spoon off. Wait 30 seconds for the bubbles to firm up. In the meantime, clean off your thermometer. Like I said, lots of spins and glare really add to the beverage. You want to get a nice spoonful and pour it directly into the center of the espresso so that it pushes the crema to the side. Get all the foam in the middle. When you've emptied it of the foam, you're going to pour the hot milk directly into the center, which will push the crema and the milk out the side. And that's the cap of the cappuccino.
Alright, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Dale Roberts, owner of the Java Shack since 1996.
Alright.
I'm going to make a single cappuccino.
Can you kind of walk me through what you're doing?
I'm going to grind up some espresso, fresh ground espresso. I'm going to fill the portafilter. Shut the grinder off. I'm going to tamp it. About 50 pounds of pressure.
How many pounds?
50 pounds. Somewhere between 30 and 50. Depending on the espresso. Get that going. I'm going to use whole milk. About 1/3 of a cup. Put my thermostat in, a good one. Leave my wand as the shot's pouring. Make sure that there gets a nice swirl going on there. As I watch the temperature go up, I want to make sure that I keep lowering the pitcher. And that's the temperature I want. I'm going to shut it off. Let the milk rest a bit. My plate ready to go. And the shot should be just about finished. Looking for that nice light brown crema. The shot is done. Milk is done. knock out a few more bubbles, and I'm going to just pour and scoop. And I like to put one more just right on top.
I also am going to be making a cappuccino. When someone works with cappuccino, there are two things I do first. Number one, steam the milk. I prefer whole milk. Cold milk in a cold pitcher. Fill it about 1/3 of the way. Insert the thermometer like so. Clear the wand. Make sure there's no water trapped inside. And begin steaming. I'm listening for two things. Number one, the sound. Number two, that swirling motion. And begin pulling the wand up as the milk begins to rise. I want to double its volume. Lay off the steam at about 140. I'll let that sit separate. Second thing I do is take my cup, steam it out, and I pull some shots. Portafilter, get some heaping grounds in it. Tap, level it off with the lid till it's beveled like so. Apply a little bit of pressure. 30 pounds at the most. Give it a knock. Clean it off. Should look like so. Got the hot water. And pull my shots. Shots should look like so. Medium to dark brown. Even flows on both sides. They should kind of look like the tail of a mouse. A light brown crema begins to form at the top of the espresso. And while those are pouring, take my plate, my little novelty spoon, and begin prepping the milk. Give it a tap, gets out all those air bubbles. Shots off as they begin to lighten up. Take a big spoon, my milk foam, reach in, angle the pitcher, pull the milk out like so. So it stacks on top of the espresso. Give it a curl over.